Xiao, known as the Conqueror of Demons, or the Vigilant Yaksha. This is a video dedicated to the lore and tale of a character that I love dearly, Xiao. As we all know, Xiao has one of the most saddest and deepest stories in game, so I wanted to summarize it in my video and do something different in my channel. So let's dive into it.
我は人間ではない。人間の感情はあまり理解できない。
Xiao may have the appearance of a young man, but his true age is something over 2,000 years. Let's start off with his past self when he was called Alatus. Alatus was the name he went by when he was still an innocent and gentle soul, an illuminated beast known as the Adepti. Well, that was until he was enslaved by an evil god who had gotten hold of his weakness, took advantage of him, and eventually forced him to perform cruel and violent acts, killing the innocent and devouring the dreams of his victims. All that was extremely painful for him, but he was helpless to resist.
それらの声はよく我の耳元で聞こえる。咆哮、号泣、殺せと叫んでいる。
It was during the Archon War. Morax had an encounter with this evil god and slayed him in the process, liberating Alatus from the god's bindings. At that moment, Morax bestowed upon him the name Xiao for his own protection and spoke these words. The name Xiao is that of a spirit who encountered great suffering and hardship. He endured much suffering as you have. Use this name from now on. Xiao became deeply loyal to Rex Lapis, and to repay his debt of gratitude, Xiao shouldered the burden of protecting Liyue in the millennia that followed. He ended up stripped from all his innocence and gentleness due to his past of service under the evil god. All that remained within him was the means to kill and the weight of his sins. So the only way he could be of service to mortals was in doing battle.
殺戮は我の専門分野だ。お前が殺せないとき、我を呼ぶといい。
After the Archon War ended, the many gods Slade left behind lingering hatred formed as manifestations. That led Morax to summon the Yakshas who signed a contract to protect Liyue and help suppress the wrath of the gods. There were 5 of them, including Xiao. While defeating the impure manifestations, the Yakshas were tainted and most of them couldn't handle the hatred. And at the end, all but Xiao either perished or disappeared. This rage is what is known as karmic depth, which is the magnitude of the bad karma Xiao has accumulated over the years. It's painful and enough to consume flesh, bone, and soul. But Xiao feels no hatred and believes that no grudge can last 1,000 years, though the pain is still something that he deals with until this day.
ウェンティ。なるほど。ウェンティというのだな。彼の奏でる曲は。いや、なんでもない。
Until now, Xiao fights against the darkness that threatens Liyue. There was once when most of his strength was spent fighting from dusk till dawn, with him emerging victorious by a mere hair. Xiao began questioning himself. On his way home, where did he have to return to? He was merely leaving the battlefield. Long exhausted, Xiao felt the divine hatred that tainted his body take effect. Limitless hate flooded his senses, and he fell to the ground in agony, only to feel it all vanish. Without a warning, he was rescued by the sound of a flute that the animal Archon Barbados was playing in distance. The lovely sound of it protected Xiao till the first light of dawn and brought him a moment of peace. Xiao was curious to know his savior, but did not pursue the matter, for he already had something close to an answer.
杏仁豆腐の足はかつての夢とよく似ている。
Thought not fond of human food, Xiao will occasionally stop by Wangshu Inn for a bowl of almond tofu and rest. Nonetheless, it is not the sweet taste that Xiao hankers after, it's the texture he finds irresistible. Apparently, it's very similar to that of the dreams he used to devour. Xiao may appear intimidating and hard to approach, but that is due his reservation of violent deeds he had performed and the loss of his allies over the years. The Vigilant Yaksha is a gentle soul deep down and hesitant to show that side of him due to his past and karmic debt, fearing he would corrupt people if they get too close to him. but in the presence of the traveler, he is more willing to indulge in his curiosity of mortals, and even visiting for the first time Liyue Harbor, which is a thing that he normally would never have done before. Even though Xiao says that he has no such thing as dreams or wishes, his name card says otherwise. He longs for a day to come when he will wear the mask and dance, not to conquer demons, but to the tune of that flute amid a sea of flowers. Perhaps he refuses to tell Traveler about it, fearing that it will never become true. And that's how we reached the ending of the video. I really enjoyed making this and I hope I covered everything I could. To sum it all, I really love Xiao and he's one of my favorite characters in the game, so I decided to make this video about him. So yeah, that was all. Thank you for watching and see you guys in the next video.